me up.
Welcome back.
This weight is just water, but it's even more challenging than a 45-pound plate. These cables aren't heavy either, but they can turn up the tension on your workout very easily. Join Coach Dan and me to find out how. Plus, we'll go to a place that you'll have to see to believe, but you might not believe what you see. We'll visit a school with programs designed to set kids up for careers of their choice and show you common dangers lurking in your home. All of that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and though I don't usually drink on this show, today it is cheers to optical illusions, specifically paradoxes, because we are at Paradox Museum in Wynwood. We're going to stretch our mental health and just have some fun while we're here. But we need to learn more about the museum, so you find Mark, I'm gonna cheers the boys. Cheers, boys! This is Mark of Paradox Museum. Mark, thanks for having us here today.
Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it.
Oh, we appreciate it. This place looks pretty cool. What's Paradox Museum all about?
Well, I can tell you all about it, but why don't you have a seat?
Okay. I don't get it.
Well, you might not get it, but they get it.
Oh, you guys get it. Because this place is all about optical illusions and paradoxes, right?
Absolutely, that's it. Over 70 paradox-based exhibits for all ages, families, date nights, schools, field trips, groups, you name it, we have it for you.
What am I doing right now for the audience at home?
This is the Bruchette paradox. The Bruchette paradox chair creates an illusion that I'm super big and he's super small.
But as you saw from the beginning, I'm actually shorter than you are.
Yes, he is.
Well, I mean, this seems like the kind of place that I could keep asking you questions about, but could we just see another exhibit?
Absolutely.
All right, I think there's a cool one that way. Let's go over there. This is more like it. I like being the tall guy in the situation. But in reality, we know that you're about 4 or 5 inches taller than I am.
Exactly.
So it is what it is. What is this room?
This is the Ames room.
Now, where would we have seen something like this before in practical use?
You probably would see it in the movie called Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
This is how they did it?
They did with angled illusions.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And then you get to experience that here. And not only do you get to experience it, but you can see yourself on a monitor over here. So if you're enjoying it for yourself or you're with enough people that somebody can take a photo for you, you can also share that as well.
Exactly.
Is that a big part of being here at Paradox Museum?
It is. It's about the interactive when you come with family or when you come with friends, and the fun part of immersing yourself in some of these illusions.
And how does everyone know what to do when they're here? Because some of this stuff is kind of complex.
It is. So we have wonderful, wonderful staff. They're dressed in QR code jumpsuits, so you will not miss them when you're here. Mm-hmm. And they will explain the illusions to you. They'll take the photos for you. They'll pose you. They'll do everything you think you can't do. Mm-hmm. They'll do it for you.
Wonderful. And do you have any kind of specials going on for people to experience?
Yes, we do. So we're running a family 4-pack that if you buy 4 tickets all together, you get a discounted price. We also have weekday prices and we also have weekend prices as well. So we're always going to be able to run specials, so to speak, sometimes at certain times of the year. Mm-hmm. But we offer group rates, student rates, and so on and so forth.
Great. And what separates Paradox Museum from other museums or other illusions you can see?
Well, that's a great question. We have the world's most paradox-based experiences and exhibits that we own. We patent all of these illusions that are mind-twisting, immersive, that you won't see anywhere else. And I'll go back. The experience that you get when you're here at Paradox is second to none.
We love it. Now, this is something we can continue to explain and show video of, but I feel like we need to go experience it together.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Let's go. We're changing sizes now. Education is an important part of all of our lives, and here in Broward County there are magnet schools like Blanchely High School, where we are today, and those schools provide different options for students to be able to learn in many industries which they can later work in. Let's go talk to Principal Williams to find out more about what they have here at Blanchely High School. Follow me. We're at Blanche Ely High School, and I'm joined by Principal Williams. Principal Williams, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Well, this is a magnet school.
Absolutely.
What does that mean?
So Blanche Ely High School is a magnet school here in Broward County Public Schools. We offer 3 outstanding and award-winning programs in medical sciences, science and pre-engineering, as well as gaming and simulation.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun and pretty cool for kids, especially.
Oh, it is.
So tell me about the different programs.
So our engineering program, our students can engage in aviation engineering. Our students look at the aeronautic industry as well as the components of building aeronautic engines. In our medical science program, Blanche Ely is unique in that we have a nursing school here on our campus. Students can earn their LPN certification alongside their 4-year diploma as they get ready for colleges and careers.
And then you said you have gaming? Did I hear that right?
Absolutely. So our gaming program is gaming and simulation. Our students are able to not only learn about the gaming industry in terms of making opportunities for themselves to generate income, but also they get to have a lot of fun just playing games and engaging in esports as well, which is really coming on the horizon for the future.
Oh yeah, it's competing on the level of big time sports that we're used to now.
Absolutely.
Especially. That's a lot of foresight that you have to be able to offer a program like that.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what is the goal for a student that comes to Blanche Ely?
So the goal of students that come to Blanche Ely High School, especially for students that take advantage of one of our 3 programs, is that students are not only getting their 4-year high school diploma, but they can enter the workforce and industry with certifications that will allow them to be employable right away.
Great. And what do parents need to know ahead of time?
This is the best high school in Broward County. Obviously, I'm a little biased, but when you come to Blanche Ely as an option, or you choose Broward County Public Schools in general, not only is your child going to get those certification and magnet program opportunities, but they're definitely going to get the wraparound support to help them be successful in it as well. We encourage you to apply. The window is open until February 6th, so please get your application in if you are interested in a career pathway in the medical science, engineering, or gaming and simulation fields.
Yeah, and if they would like to learn more, how can they?
We definitely, number one, encourage them to visit our website shown on the screen below. But again, we also encourage them to come take a tour with us, come visit our school, come interact with me, myself. I'm amenable to walking students around, so please come check us out here at Blanche Ely High School.
Well, Principal Williams, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Come right back, more paradoxes like this, and we pick up where we left off last week with Dan of Kinetic Training using one of the most interesting weights I've ever seen. It's all right here on SoFlo Health. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. This is Dan of Kinetic Training.
What's up,
We are
everyone?
at the farm, the dojo, Kinetic Training, many names, but we've been here before. In fact, we were here last week showing you lots of fun gadgets to help you stay in shape, and we teased this one. So refresh us, what is this?
So what we have here is a landmine bar, really a typical barbell, but the weight is the Hydra. You'll see it's got a bunch of water in there, a lot of space to move around, which means every time I move that thing, that weight is shifting around. It's an odd object, which means my body has to work that much harder to stabilize.
If you were watching last week, you know that we are wearing a breath belt, and that is helping us keep our abs in an advantageous position to do what we need to do. Instead of being super tight, too tight, or too loose, it's keeping us in a good spot to be able to engage them as we need them. And that's kind of the theme of being here, is there's lots of tools to help you get what you want. So this is acting as a 45-pound plate, but instead of being 45 pounds, it's very accessible for many people to use.
Exactly.
And it gives you lots of different ways to use it. So what's next?
So we're going to execute the same movements we worked on last time on the landmine.
Okay.
Working the coil and the press to move the weight. You're going to feel all that shifting going on as you do it now. So,
Perfect.
As someone who's an advanced landmine trainer now, right foot forward, right? Put your elbow into your hip on that right side. So as you step forward with your left foot, press up with your right arm.
So as I step forward, my left foot.
Boom, look at that. Perfect. How's that feel?
It's crazy to me because this is far less weight than I was using last time.
Exactly.
But it is far more challenging.
Exactly. And yeah, maybe I was a little understated when I said it's going to be a little more difficult.
Yeah. Well, it's not like the thing. It's a different kind of difficulty.
Exactly.
It's the difficulty of heavyweight is, oh my God, how am I going to move this?
Right.
This is, I should be able to. Why isn't this going the way I want it to go?
Surprise.
Yeah.
Let's switch it to the opposite side.
Okay. So now I need my left
Now
foot
left
forward.
foot forward. When suddenly you have to tighten your body up and be able to create tension, or you have to get loose and be able to move with the weight. This is a really great way to help learn that.
I'm glad you brought that up. I think the biggest benefit to this is when we're lifting weights in our everyday lives. When I say weights, I mean objects.
Right.
They aren't perfectly balanced like a dumbbell, like a barbell.
Exactly.
They're awkward and they move and oh no, everything in this box shifted to the left side, and that's exactly what this feels like. Now you have another tool that we're gonna check out that is also building on instability, but creating stability
At the same time.
at the same time.
It's funny how that works out, isn't
It is. I believe it's over there, so we'll get set up. You watch this, and then we'll show you what that is. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, Mark. This doesn't look very paradoxical. It kind of looks like a tube.
It does, but wait till you see the final.
Okay, what do I do?
You're gonna stand right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on this side, take a photo.
Do I do anything special?
No, you're just gonna give me a face and I'm gonna take a shot. Yes.
Is this a kaleidoscope? Is that what this is?
It is a kaleidoscope. It's a whole bunch of you.
That's great. Well, you can see at home that this is something you can do while you're here. And this is just one of the many exhibits that you have. How
Absolutely.
many do you have?
We have over 70 paradox-based exhibits.
Wow, 70 exhibits, and are they all interactive?
Every last one of them is interactive.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Well, Mark, thanks for getting us started. We've got plenty more to show you later on. But first, you have to keep watching SoFlo Health. You know, Mark, this is a lot heavier than it looks.
Absolutely, right?
How does this room work? Why are you down there? Or am I down there?
You're down there, I'm up here.
Who's up where?
I'm upside down.
Oh,
I'm on the ceiling, actually.
maybe that's why this is so difficult.
It is, yeah. It's not real.
What is this room all about?
It is the upside down room. You're inside of a gym,
Yeah.
and you're defying gravity.
Not for long. Mark, we have our workout in, feeling
Absolutely.
good, looking good. What
Yes.
part of the museum is this?
These are ambiguous shapes.
Okay, and what does that mean?
So when you move the knob left to right, the shapes appear to change.
Look at that. And this is all about the viewing angle. It's the same shape.
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool. One
Yeah.
thing I definitely like about being here is that it's not just about the interaction, the cool optical illusions and being like, whoa, that's crazy. But you're also learning something, and every single illusion on the wall has a QR code and a way to learn about it.
Absolutely, yes. We call this, every single one of our paradox-based exhibits goes across our STEAM. Your science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So that's where the schools and the school groups come into their to the education piece of the museum.
And for people that are interested in learning more, how can they?
They can go to our website and they can come and visit.
Excellent. We love that. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, at this point, I just want everybody to come in and visit Paradox Museum. The first Paradox in the U.S. is here in Miami.
Oh, this is the first one in the U.S.?
Yes, it is.
Very cool. And do you localize each one at all?
Yes, every museum, every Paradox museum is localized to its culture.
Yeah.
So it's very Miami-based here. When you come into the museum, you're going to see different rooms that have a different Miami feel.
Yeah, but you're going to have to find that out for yourself, because we've only seen 5, 6 exhibits, and you said there's 70 something?
It is, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Mark.
You're welcome.
For working out with me, for showing me all the cool tips and tricks around here. There's still so much more to see, but we really appreciate your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course. Still to come on SoFlo Health, we meet back up with Dan of Kinetic Training, and he shows us some gadgets to keep us in shape, just as he has been for the last week or so. And we even tell you how your house might be trying to kill you. To find out, you just have to keep watching SoFlo Health. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. We are back with Dan Palacios of Kinetic Training. Earlier, we went over the landmine press, but this time with an unstable weight, which is called the Hydra.
Correct.
the Hydra. And now we're going to continue with the instability to create stability, strangely enough.
Exactly. And so that's where something like the inertia wave here can not only be very metabolically taxing, it's going to get your heart rate up, it's going to make you sweat, but it's extremely beneficial from a central nervous system perspective, from a learning perspective.
Yeah.
You get a lot of reps really, really fast, and it gives you a ton of feedback because it's elastic resistance. Think of the battle ropes, but way better.
Okay, cool.
Way better than
I'm
the
in.
battle ropes. And we're going to combine that with the Bosu ball. Now, last time we talked about the Bosu ball, we saw how unstable the Bosu ball was, how
Yes.
squishy it was. And with the motion of the inertia wave here, which is about rhythm and tempo and control, I'm doing the same squeeze in my legs that I was on the Bosu ball last time, but now I'm creating
work
that movement, and already I can feel my heart rate starting
Yeah.
to climb on up, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Okay.
hold it like
Right about there.
little pistol grip
Oh.
there, right? Get stable in your back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, squeeze the ball with your toes, draw your elbows back, and just get a little bit of a wave going there. Up and down, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then here, you're gonna reach your arms out, squat down, stand up and pull. 1.
Whoa.
Don't let it pull you off balance, you see? So because your heart rate's up, normally
Yeah.
you might figure that out a little bit more quickly, but because your heart rate is up, your
Yeah.
body's in a taxed state, you now have to reevaluate your balance and
Here.
equilibrium. So squat, pull, almost lean back a little bit. There you go. 1. 2. Drive your pelvis forward slightly as you stand and squeeze your glutes. 3. So now we're getting all that benefit of lengthening, shortening, rather than just staying in a shortened position. A lot of bang for your buck on this exercise. Full body work for strength, cardio, metabolic conditioning, balance, coordination. Everything is built into just these 2 exercises with the inertia wave and the Bosu.
I love it. I gotta say, the combination of these tools is probably less than you'd spend at a membership for a gym for a year. You can
Yeah.
do pretty much anything on it. Not to mention, you can have it easily accessible for you. You'll spend less time,
That's right.
and you can do it at your leisure. And as you can hear me breathing, certainly gets the work in. So Dan, before I let you go, who are these sort of tools for?
This really is built for the average person with accessibility to the elite level athlete.
Yes, and like anything else, you have to know how to use it. So that's why we're showing you not only what these are, but a little bit of how to use them. And then people like Dan can take you to the next level. And there's lots of information out there for free available as well.
Plenty of it.
And yeah, a lot of these tools come with some sort of program or videos that you can
Absolutely.
watch as well. So it doesn't work if you don't do it. So give it a shot and let us know what you think. Like most of us, you're careful, especially when you go outside. You look both ways when you cross the street, you use sunscreen, stay hydrated, and make sure you know what the weather's going to be like. And finally, when you get home, you can relax. Or can you? Well, probably, as long as you're aware that your house might be trying to kill you, your family, or your pets. Okay, relax. It's not as bad as all of that, but there are some things you need to be aware of that could be lurking right in your own house. And you've probably used at least one of these today. You've got any houseplants? They may look pretty, but plants are deceptively dangerous if you have children or pets running around the house. Popular varieties like daffodil, iris, lily of the valley, ivy, and even mistletoe are poisonous when consumed. They contain toxins or dangerous chemicals to protect themselves from insects, animals, and yes, humans. So before you go and buy that pretty new flower, do your research. How about the kitchen? Do you have a gas range? Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas that causes sudden illness or death and is often detected when it's too late. Play it safe and install a CO monitor in your home so that you're alerted if levels are getting dangerously high. Have you put away all the extension cords you used for those Christmas decorations? Well, you better get to it because not only are they a serious tripping hazard, but those cords also cause over 3,300 residential fires each year, which results in about 50 annual deaths as per the CDC. And if you're going to wash clothes, you're gonna have to dry them. And when's the last time you cleaned that lint filter? It's such an easy chore to do. cleaning out the lint filter, but let's be honest, sometimes we let it slide. And that's a mistake, as failing to remove lint from the dryer is the leading cause of 2,900 annual dryer fires, which results in 100 injuries and 5 deaths each year, says the U.S. Fire Administration. Toothpaste. If you consume too much, the overdose can cause stomach pain and intestinal blockage, but if the toothpaste contains fluoride, as most do these days, it gets far more serious. Convulsions, difficulty breathing, and heart attack, among other scary side effects. We're not suggesting that you avoid toothpaste. No one wants stinky breath, but make sure that you and your children are using the designated pea-sized amount and thoroughly rinsing with each brush. You've made a great, healthy dinner and you're full. So like most people, you put the rest away in the refrigerator to save for later. Simple, right? Yes, but the first thing you want to do is keep your food out of the danger zone. Bacteria grow rapidly between the temperatures of 40 degrees and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the danger zone. After food is safely cooked, hot food must be kept hot at 140 degrees Fahrenheit or warmer to prevent bacterial growth. Get food in the fridge as soon as possible, ideally within 2 hours. Next, you want to cool your food down to safe temperatures under 40 degrees Fahrenheit as soon as possible. And that myth about letting food cool down before you put it away is just that, a myth. Put your leftovers away as soon as possible, even if they're still hot. And in the case of frozen leftovers, the best way to get back to the original taste is to thaw them slowly in the refrigerator, usually overnight. So there you have it, some tips on keeping your leftovers in the best shape. If you have any other tips on how to best preserve flavors, send them to us using @SoFloHealth, and we'll read them, we promise. Especially from you, Donald. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and behind me is the final exhibit we want to share with you today from Paradox Museum in Wynwood. As the balloons disappear, the horses reappear, and then eventually the horses will also disappear. And most of the illusions that happen here are made possible by all the wonderful people who think them up, and of course, mirrors. We'd like to thank Paradox Museum for having us here today. That's all we have for this week's episode of SoFlo Health. As always, you can watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health on SoFloShows.com. You can follow us using @SoFloHealth to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Until next week, it's goodbye, good health, and great paradoxes. Next week on SoFlo Health, Morgan shows us how to get started with a mobility and flexibility routine. She'll also tell us the difference between mobility and flexibility. Plus, we'll check out another great magnet program, but this time for middle school. It's all right here next week on SoFlo Health.